So you're thinking about starting an online business. It's an amazing world, right? Full of opportunity. But there's also this brutal, kind of hidden rule that trips up almost everyone. Today, we're going to break that rule down.
Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. This number you're looking at, you need to burn this into your brain before you do anything else. Seriously, it's more than just a statistic. It's a huge reality check.
Yeah, you heard that right. 9 out of 10, poof, gone in just 4 months. Now look, this isn't meant to scare you off. Think of it as a challenge, because there is a successful 10%, and we're about to unpack exactly how they do it. So what is going on here? Why do so many businesses fail? And I mean, fail so quickly? Well, it almost always comes down to people believing a few really common but totally fatal myths about what it actually takes to make it online. You know, so many people are drawn in by this dream of total freedom. I'll work from the beach, I'll be my own boss, it's going to be easy money. But take a look at this list. These attitudes, they're basically a one-way ticket to joining that 90% club. Real success? It takes discipline, a solid plan, and realizing that you're the boss who has to be the toughest on yourself. Okay, so enough about what not to do. Let's flip this around. If those are the myths that guarantee failure, what's the reality for that top 10%? It all starts with building a foundation that's actually made to last. Let's dig into the 4 cornerstones they all have in common. It pretty much all boils down to these 4 things. First up, the mindset. You got to go in knowing this is going to be hard work. Second, leverage. This means using tools like SEO and branding to make your small business feel huge. Third, contacts. Your network is everything, period. And finally, and this one is so important, finding a mentor, someone who's already walked the path and can help you avoid the landmine. So, you've built the foundation. Great, but in the online world, that just gets you to the starting line. There's a pretty harsh law of nature online. You're either growing or you're dying. Standing still, that's just not an option. So how do you make sure you keep growing? What does growth even mean when it might just be you, or maybe a really small team? It means investing in the single most valuable asset your business has, and that's you. Your business can't outgrow your own knowledge. Okay, but how do you actually do that? Here's a super simple but really powerful rule to live by. Invest 5% of your time. That's about an hour a day. Just 1 hour dedicated to getting smarter, reading, learning, watching what's new. Make it a non-negotiable part of your day. And here's the other half of that 5% rule. It's not just your time, it's your income too. You got to reinvest 5% of what you make right back into your own brain. Things like courses, seminars, newsletters. This isn't an expense. It's the absolute best investment you can possibly make. All right, you're going to want to listen close to this next part, because it's a total game changer. This is the mental shift that separates the entrepreneurs who are always busy from the ones who are actually making money. We're talking about the difference between doing work and making deals. Take a look at these 2 columns. See, when you're an employee, you get paid for all the stuff on the left, answering emails, filing things, all that busy work. But when you become an entrepreneur, the game completely changes. You only really get paid for the stuff in the right column, the deals, the activities that directly bring in the cash. You have to be ruthless about shifting your focus from left to right. Yeah, the work has to get done, but your prime energy needs to go into making deals. So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that beating the 90% failure rate isn't about luck. Not at all. It's about control. It's about being deliberate and having a solid plan.
You've probably heard this a million times, but man, it's the absolute truth in business. Success is not an accident. It doesn't just happen. It's the direct result of a plan.
So here you go. Let's put it all together. This is your 4-point plan to beat the odds and make sure you're in that top 10%. First, adopt the right mindset for the long haul. Second, lay that solid foundation with a real business plan. Third, unlock your growth by investing in yourself. And fourth, relentlessly focus your energy on making deals, not just doing work.
So, the playbook is officially in your hands. You know the difference between the 90% that disappear and the 10% that thrive. You have the plan. The only question left is the one right there on your screen.